Welcome to Mommy Issues, a podcast where an ex-reality TV star mom
and her reality TV loving daughter
bridge the gap between their generations through celeb news, all things Bravo,
and their own personal mommy issues.
Welcome to Armchair Expert. I'm Beba, and I'm here.
Dax Shepard. $9 million a month.
No.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Because I've been talking to the people at Spotify, and that's what he makes. And
good for him.
And the guy's my favorite, Smartless.
Yeah,
30 million.
Oh my God! It's like how?
Because they just have the right chemistry.
The it factor. But don't we have great chemistry?
I think we do. I just don't think enough people have discovered it yet.
Yeah, I was talking about this with friends yesterday about the podcast. I was talking about the vulnerability of having a podcast in that.
Well, yes, but not everybody's vulnerable like us. Not everybody shows everything.
I just mean, I aside from the fact that we do like have real conversations and like openly fight, and it's not like made up, like it's just us talking. Aside from all that, it's the vulnerability of having a podcast. It's a business venture that forces you to put yourself out there. It's not like, oh, I started a
with
business.
No guarantees.
Right. I started a business of cool water bottles. It's like, oopsie, it failed. That's okay. It's like, if this fails, there's a feeling of like, you're not good enough and nobody likes you because it's you put yourself out there. So I was explaining to somebody that.
Yeah. But I feel that is with any business, because if my business of Skinny Latina were to fail, I still feel like nobody likes me and nobody likes what I create.
Yes.
So you know what I mean? I know that what you're selling here is
us.
And it's not just you're the product.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I get it.
And that's like a scary feeling. And I've just been like thinking about that a lot, not because I'm like, we failed, whatever, but there is this feeling of like,
who said we failed?
No, we have not yet. We've
been on for a year, and we have turned down opportunities to be with bigger
companies.
But yeah, exactly. We have turned it down because we didn't think it was right for us. So that doesn't mean failing. There's a lot of people that think they're winning on we won't discuss who, but like, there's, you know what I mean?
Well, whatever. All that to say is this is scary, but I really enjoy doing it. And I have such a sense of hope that we will strike gold, and people will like discover it and be like, wow, this is really good and this is interesting.
You know why you have a sense of hope?
Why?
Because I'm your mother and I'm fucking relentless.
Well, it's all,
and I have a lot between the two of us, we are going to make it happen.
Oh my God, I forgot about that necklace, Mommy. I need to bring that back.
I forgot it too. I just found it.
Oh my God. I honestly, because I put on a white shirt and I was like, I want to wear some like fun jewelry. And I put on this like cute little pearl one, but I want that.
Go get it.
Should I go get it?
Go get it. Yeah,
I'm gonna go get it.
That's crazy. Go get it.
Don't talk shit about me.
I'm not going to say anything. She's going to go get it because secretly she wants to be just like me. That's really all she wants, even though she criticizes me and she mocks me. But ultimately, I'm her hero. I'm her idol. Basically, I am the standard.
Hi.
Okay,
I came back and I have two things. First of all, I'm going to take off this one because this one is not going to work with this fun necklace.
Okay. You never know.
I'm going to put this on, which I'm so excited about. Wow. I'm going to wear this for the next month. I'm going to wear it.
We all have this necklace. Kathy has it.
Does Kathy have it too? Kathy, if you're listening, go get it and put it on.
Right now.
Where did you get this necklace? Madewell.
It's like a little, like nothing, but
it's just for the people who are not watching on YouTube, it's just a little charm necklace. It's very cute. Okay, and then I got this. You love this. You got me this for my birthday. This is Such a gorgeous
It's
little
amazing. But that's a nice,
bracelet.
that's an Alexis Bitar, and it's nice. And you used to always steal mine. And let me tell you, it's past season, past season, past season, right? And I had to find it on like freaking eBay. I spent like a year looking for it.
Well, you got me a great one too. Like this one, because they're all kind of different, and this one is just gorgeous.
Now that one's incredible. I like that one more than mine, but
Well, okay, wow. Now that we have our jewelry on, what were we talking about?
Oh, I did. I was
shopping.
gonna put on hoops. I took off my earrings and didn't put on anything.
That's crazy.
That's what's missing. That is crazy.
You know what's funny?
Is it wrong if I go get them?
Go get them.
I'm gonna go get them. You can talk about me because I might have said a thing or two about you.
Okay. You know what's funny? I actually don't have anything bad to say about it right now. My mom and I are in a great place right now. And that is, no small feat, let me tell you. What can I tell you while she's gone? I kind of don't want to tell you anything that she hasn't heard because I want her reactions and stuff, but let's see. Oh, she's back. That was really fast, actually.
What you say?
Nothing. I'm like, I'm shocked at how quick that was. I thought
Oh yeah,
you
because
had
I
to
left them. No, I left them right because I never take off earrings without having backup earrings like in my hand. Que eso.
Yes,
And so, so then when you said, hey, you want to start a few minutes early, I was like, I'm always late, so I'm going to impress her. And then I forgot.
Anyways, yeah, we're starting early because I have a job interview.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm not excited about it, but I looked at my bank account and then I was like, I got to start putting out feelers for jobs because I need to like
our
also
$9 million a month is not coming anytime soon.
Right. It's not around the corner the way that I thought, but I wrapped on my show on the 14th of July. And then I was like, I'm going to take some time off because I want to put a lot of energy into the podcast in the way that I haven't been able to. It's always like, oh, I have to record the podcast. Oh, I have to edit. Oh, I have to create the thumbnail. Oh, I have to create the promo, whatever, as opposed to like it being the thing and I spend time on it and stuff. Yeah. So I was like, I really want to spend time on it. I want to every day do something to grow it, reach out to a brand, reach out to podcasters to get us on their podcast. I had a following. No one's responded to me, but that's neither here nor there. I'm still trying.
That's it.
And then I was like, you know what? I do have to pay my bills. So they say.
Yeah.
So I have a job
they
interview.
say. Okay, good.
Anyways, why don't we get into highlights and lowlights? Let's actually do the show, right?
Let's do the show.
Do you have any highlights, lowlights, anything?
Lowlights, I haven't been able to get an appointment with the doctor. I need to see about the issue that I had as a result of my scan. So I'm worried about it, but I'm not letting it consume me, which is a highlight because I used to be the type of person that let things consume them.
Yeah. Okay, so that's good.
That's a good thing. Yeah, I've had a few lowlights lately, just things that haven't panned out as I've expected. And it's really weird. Every time I look at my phone, I get like my angel numbers, like 1111, 111, whatever, constantly, like 1111 in the morning, 1111 at midnight, 111 at, in the afternoon, and at 111 in the morning. It's like constant. And I just feel like that's telling me something. I'm superstitious that way, but fuck, I need a break. There's a lot of shit that's not gone great lately.
And honestly, those are like little signs from the universe or from your spirit guide or from your dad or from
don't give up. Yeah.
Of just keep moving. It's not just don't give up. It's you're on the right path. Keep moving, even though you're discouraged and stuff. I get that stuff all the time too.
I never feel like I'm on the wrong path. I just feel like
I do.
Yeah. I had something that didn't pan out that I was certain it would. And, when I got the email saying, hey, this is not going to happen, I did something I never do. And I said, would you mind getting on a quick call with me and telling me why?
Yeah.
Not because I'm not going to try to convince you, but this is kind of like my baby. It's my whatever. And I don't want to keep hitting a wall. And if you can give me some guidance or whatever. And, this is one of those times when a woman really helped another woman. And in fact, I said, if you can tell me, and I was asking her to tell me by email, she goes, how about if we set up a call? And then she told me like all these great things about it, and just about how their, what their focus was right now, and how, they had lost a lot of money on some stuff that was
Right. It just
similar,
was not
blah, blah,
right.
blah.
It wasn't
It
you.
wasn't me. It wasn't the project. And she's like, keep it. She goes, it's a fantastic idea. And then she offered to help with, they have programs that like help with supporting it, promoting people that are just like whatever, that then
Yeah.
now I'm going to be a part of. And it's like, wow, you know what I mean? So that takes a certain level of self-confidence in what you're doing, because I always think I wasn't born a creative person, right? I was born to be a lawyer, and then I changed my mind and reinvented myself into this creative but you know what? I am.
You
You
are a
know,
creative person.
another highlight of this week is that a lot of people don't know this because I haven't shared it, but I wrote a children's book.
Mm-hmm.
I've never written a children's book before, and and I showed it to you for the first
It's
time
really cute.
this week. And I'll let you know, I'll let you guys know when it's out, but I'm excited about it. The illustrator's not finished, and it's basically, it's going to be a series of books. Of course, Lola is the heroine in all of them.
She's the
But
star.
it's about, it's really about teaching lessons. It's, probably for 6 to 10 or 12 year
Yeah.
olds. And it's
We're a little
teaching
older.
lessons about things that girls face in life, and girls and all people, really all kids. And so I'm really excited and really proud of it, actually.
Yeah.
Every time I challenge myself, and like at this moment right now, I have two books that are, when I feel like I'm such a, I never think I do enough. And then I go, how many people have two books about to be published in addition to the other? I
Yeah.
have
No, you do a
things.
lot.
I
You have
know,
a
but
lot
I
of
never
stuff.
think it's enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the club.
And just one more thing, on Sunday at 8 p.m. on ABC
Oh, that's
is
right.
my episode of Celebrity Family Feud. So I want you guys to join in, and I may or may not have appeared like I flirted with Steve Harvey, which was unintentional.
Okay.
I just,
Don't come for her. She is
yeah, please.
aware.
I am aware. Don't come for me. It's just that they introduced me as like Marcus's partner and nothing else. And it's like, I've done
Right.
so much stuff in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't let you promote anything. It's like, whatever.
But tune
But it was
in.
fun. Tune in. Yes.
Family Feud. You shot that a while ago too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yours.
Oh,
Highs and lows.
Highlights. The house is coming together. We got a new bed frame and a rug for the room, and it feels better. They took the shower glass door out, and it's like a new bathroom. We're getting a new fridge next week. Like things are happening that's
Yay.
making me
Did
feel
they
good.
clean all around, like where they had
Yeah,
that thing, and put new caulking and all that?
correct. They did.
Okay, good.
So it really, the bathroom is feeling a lot better. We're just doing things to prolong our stay here because
Right.
it's just
You're comfortable there right now, and you're not ready to make that jump, and that's
no,
okay.
no, we're not. And that is okay. Because
And
I
that is
want to
okay.
wait until we have our $9 million deal at Spotify to then buy a house. I don't want to have to move twice, you know?
Right.
So
Yeah, it's such
it's
a
all
pain to move.
about
And you want to be able to have the other house ready and remodeled while still living here,
while
so you
living
can
here.
just move things slowly and whatever without any
Exactly.
pressure. I know how you feel.
Exactly.
That's how I feel about my cottage in the Hamptons. Doing it little by
do
little.
it slow. Do it slow. There's no
Yeah,
rush.
so.
So yeah, that makes me happy. It was also Lola's actual, I swear this is the last time we're talking about Lola's birthday. She's one of those girls that celebrates her birthday the whole month. It's very annoying. But it was her actual birthday this week, and
I think she knew it.
I think she might have known it too. I mean, we made it
Yeah,
very clear. I put a candle in every piece of food she had that day.
it was so funny. And she's like,
Yeah,
I had to share that. That was so funny.
she's very cute. But it was her actual birthday and it was really nice. And it just like, honestly, aside from the fact that, we spent the whole day together, we had like a really cute early dinner with John Liam's mom and sister and stuff. And it was great. But that night, at the end of the day, everything is about me. That night, I did like an everything shower and did a full self-care. And it was also the day that they had removed the shower glass door. So it's like the bathroom felt completely new. And so I just did a full self-care day and it felt really good. And I was like, a year ago today, I was like in a hospital bed, like holding Lola. And she was cluster feeding and I didn't sleep that whole night. And I was like,
And I held her before John Liam.
and you held her before John Liam. We've already told that story, but yeah. So that's my high. And then I honestly don't have any lows this week, believe it or
Good
not.
for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Okay, let's get into some gossip. Let's do, I don't have that much celeb news,
I
but
told you this week at some point, remind me to talk about something. And of course, I forgot.
oh,
And you forgot too. I said, remind me that I want to talk about this because it was so whatever. And I don't remember now.
are you sure this was this week? Because you told me
Yes,
that last
during
week
the
and then we
week.
did talk about it. No? Okay.
God.
Well,
Okay, you have to wait a second now. Again, I'm sorry because we started early and my car wash guy is done and I have to pay him.
okay. Go,
All right.
go.
There you go.
Tell me something. Okay, so while she's gone, I'll just tell you this. John Liam and I watched A Star is Born randomly this week, and I loved that movie so much when it first came out. And I don't know why, but watching it this time around felt very cringy. And maybe it's because of the success of the song Shallow, but just Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga in the parking lot where like she's saying, I wrote this song and she just like stands up in the parking lot and it's like as if it's coming to her in that moment. I'm off the deep end. Watches like it, I don't know. She does like basically the whole song and it made us die laughing. And I was like, is this a bad movie or is it just because of the success of the song to hear somebody act like it's coming off the dome felt very embarrassing. Oscar winning movie. No, Oscar winning movie. I think it was Oscar winning song. Okay, she's back. Don't tell her what I told you.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The last interruption.
Okay, let's talk about celeb news.
Okay. I remember what I said.
Honestly, the most important thing, and I wouldn't classify this as celeb news, but did you hear this news about the former US fighter pilot being a whistleblower of like aliens? Biologics is what he called it. Biologics came back. You didn't hear about this?
No.
Okay. There is a whistleblower, which by the way, we know that there's aliens. I mean, there have been so many, I think they're called UAOs.
If there isn't, it's an awful waste of space. Remember the movie Contact?
No.
If there isn't more life out there, the one with Jodie Foster.
Oh yeah.
That movie Contact.
I know of it.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a US former fighter pilot who is a quote unquote whistleblower, and he like was talking about how there has been a crash of UFOs, or calling it UAOs or whatever, and that this woman asked like, did you guys have bodies in there? And he was like, yes, biologics came back. And she goes, were they human or non-human? And he goes, non-human. So aliens are real. We know this, whatever. If you don't believe in it, you're crazy. But it's just somebody confirming from like, the government being like,
well, you got confirmation from me because I had a close encounter, but I don't like to talk about it.
No, now you have to talk about it.
No, but I was like 12 years old.
Tell me right now. I kind of remember the story, and I also thought that you were lying because you lied so much.
I know, but like my brother confirmed it, my uncle confirmed
tell the story.
it, my mother confirmed it. We were all there. Stupid. I mean, I hate talking about it.
Okay, but can you come closer to the mic? I want to hear for real.
Okay, so it was Noche Buena, Christmas Eve at my mom's house in the roads, and my dad always did the big pig, not in a cajachina, like the real way. He had built like one of those big barbecues with the grate and all that. Party started early with dominoes and, all the men around the pig and all this stuff.
All the men around the pig.
And it went late, really late. And we had the whole backyard with like string lights, not like string lights right now. They were like colored ones.
Oh, even better. Love it.
Everywhere, like lots of lights, lots of, and dancing and music. And it was just really fun. Our house was always, you name it, everyone was there.
I love it.
So
Painting
it was
a picture.
packed. Yeah, it was packed. And, my brother and I were bored. All the adults were drunk, you know.
Mhm.
My dad probably took out his gun at some point to be like a party Latin, and
Perfect.
shoot whatever. And in fact, I now don't remember 100% if it was New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve, because it was the same party. It always involved a pig.
Right.
Okay. So it could have been either one. But the fact that it went so late makes me think that. So if you know my mom's backyard,
Mhm.
the house is kind of like this to the right. That's where the party was. And there was, and I don't know if it's still there, a big orange tree. I don't think it's there anymore because it had citrus canker and they had to remove it, like all the trees in Florida. So,
Mm.
but it was a big tree. And all of a sudden, my brother and I were like kind of getting away with whatever we wanted to do because literally every adult was drunk. We weren't like into drinking and all that because my brother was always weird and whatever. And I've always been a goody two shoes. So whatever. And all of a sudden, my brother goes, look, look. And it's like, he always used to do, look, look, made you look. You're so stupid, whatever. And I'm like, I'm not looking, whatever. He's like, I swear, look, look. And I'm like, and all of a sudden, I'm like, but then I kind of see light, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm going to look. So here's the tree, and there's like the piece of sky right between the neighbor and whatever. And all of a sudden, I see a flying saucer. Like, I'm not talking about like
Almost movie like.
it's a flying saucer straight out of Central Casting.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the Acme one that with the fire underneath.
Yeah.
Perfectly cylindrical.
How big?
So,
How big are we talking?
at this point, it was huge because it was hovering. So we're talking about 20 feet across, 18 to 20 feet across when it was close.
Oh
I'm
my
talking
God.
maybe it was 12,
I have chills. Go on.
like 20 feet off the thing. And so it's come in for a closer look, right? It started a little bit higher, maybe 40 feet, and then it came down, and it wasn't fire. It was like a glow.
Right.
And it was not, it could not be confused for a for a plane or for some other. It was a freaking flying saucer, and I was expecting, like a little thing to come down, a little green man and all this stuff. And so
they go, where's the lechon?
Yeah, exactly. I heard you have lechon. Where they wanted the crackling,
Yeah.
So it's there, and I look at my brother. My brother looks at me, and I go, we didn't have any words. And then I start screaming at my dad, and my dad's like, Mira, but like my dad's
drunk,
right? And my uncle and whatever, everybody's drunk. And my mother's like, Ani, ¿sabe qué es eso? I'm like, I'm 12. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
You're supposed to know. So it stops, hovers, right? And it goes like this, straight up, and
defies the law of physics.
Right, because I mean, it's not like we saw it getting smaller and smaller and smaller. No, it went and disappeared. Then it came around a second time. Oh yeah,
came back for more.
Came back for more because he said, these people are fun. We went to like Kendall, and they were all like, Margate, and they were all gringos, and they were sitting at the table and making noise with their forks and not talking. These people are
he goes, oh, we were just in Fort Lauderdale, and it's not fun.
It's not like this. It's not like this, and they hadn't discovered Hialeah yet. So we were having the most fun of anybody they'd ever seen. So they come back less close this time because they knew we were freaked out, hovered again, and then went and disappeared.
Oh my God.
And my brother saw it, and my mother saw it, and everybody saw it. And it's weird because the last time during the holidays, you weren't here. It was one of the times you weren't here. We had I think it was Thanksgiving, and it was, one of those Thanksgivings that then you just sit at the table and talk for hours afterwards.
That's the best part.
Was so much fun.
Yeah.
And we started talking about everything, and like having my mother remember this incident. My brother feels uncomfortable talking about it.
I get that.
I feel uncomfortable talking about it because it's like, oh, ta loca. You know what I mean?
No.
There's a lot of people that don't believe that. And I never talk about it. But that I know for a fact that was either somebody that was way ahead of their time and created something to fuck with me, but nothing went that fast.
Well, that's the whole thing about those like UFOs.
My brother thinks it came 3 times. I only remember 2, whatever. It was more than once. And so it was a lot.
Well, I'm going to talk about my encounter. So when Jaleem and I were dating, this was early on, I had just moved into his Venice bungalow, and it was like very exciting. We just moved in together. I never lived with a boyfriend, whatever. And this is going to sound very romantic, and it just gives you an idea of how cute we were. Okay. We both could not sleep. We were like lying in bed and it was like midnight and we both just looked at each other and and he goes, "Should we go to the beach right now?" Because it was walking distance to our house.
Right.
And I was like, he's like, "Let's go to the beach and put our feet in the ocean." I was
Oh,
like,
awesome. Don't do
"Love
that
it."
today.
I would not even, you won't catch me at the beach. You won't catch me at the beach. So I was like, yes, let's do it. I'm so carefree and I love the beach. So we go to the beach. It's dark. Obviously, it's midnight. No one is there. And we're walking. And it's a long journey from sand to water. And we're
Yeah.
walking, walking, walking. We put our feet into the water and we look up and I see a very bright light. That's like not far enough away to be a planet. Cause like a very big bright
Yeah.
star
Yeah.
is a planet.
Yeah.
And I was like, that looks like, I was like, is that a plane? And I look up and John Liam looks at it and then I'm like, I don't know what that is. And then we like look down, go back to the beach, whatever. I would say 10 seconds later, it's like directly over us. Like that. And it's just a beam of light that's like very, very bright. And
And now illuminating you.
not so close that it's illuminating us, but it's close. It's almost like a drone. If a
They
drone
didn't
is
find you interesting enough to take you.
honestly, take me. I'm ready to
Maybe
go.
it took you and put you back and you don't remember. Because that's like anesthesia. You lose time.
Oh my God, that's scary. Okay, whatever. We both look up and it's like so close, and we both start screaming and running. We run back to our bungalow, and as we're running,
What a wimp he is.
I you have no idea. I look back and it's back exactly where it once was, and I was like, this thing defied the laws of physics. So I'm like,
Right,
this is
like,
not a plane. It's not a drone.
as
Mommy screaming
as you're running,
like, yes, like,
and him too.
and we get back into the thing and I'm like reeling. I'm like, I will never go to sleep again. That's the craziest thing that's ever happened to me. That was a fucking alien. And John Liam, to this day, he knows what it was. He knows what happened. He won't talk about it. And he's like, no, that was a plane. That was a plane. And I'm like, look, you little scaredy cat. It was an alien.
It has a lot to do with how people perceive you. And I think that's my brother's thing. And I think my brother, having been in the military for so many years, and my brother was in the military, not fighting in the front lines. He was Army intelligence, which is kind of crazy because he ain't that smart. But to me, no, that's not true. My brother is actually brilliant. And to me, he was like Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
And he doesn't talk about anything. But I feel like he must know so much shit because he had top security clearance. I was gonna say, like,
even more so, like if you're
I
in
know
the
that
military,
he knows.
Well,
next time we'll get it out of him.
Well, this is the whole thing about that former fighter pilot. It's part of procedures of when you see them, you just identify them. It's part of like the whole thing. I have to put blush on because I'm looking at myself.
That's lipstick. No, you look great on this end.
I'm just obsessed with blush. Also, Kathy told me that she watched my makeup tutorial and she said she learned so much and that she put on makeup that night to go out to see a movie. And she's like, I have never looked better. She's like, you taught me so much. And I'm like, I really hope people who watched it feel that way because that makes me feel good. Okay. Wow. Alien encounters. Yeah. It was very,
I don't know how we got to that, but this is the thing at Mommy Issues, you guys, you never know what
you never know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to get. Okay. The other thing I wanted to talk about was, first of all, I think I know I keep saying it and I keep going back and forth. And it's just because this has been a journey for me. This has been like 10 plus years of me watching this show. I think I'm done with the Kardashians. And that is,
good.
That is a huge thing to say, but I am watching it. I've watched 2 episodes now where I just turn it off and I go, no puedo.
I gotta tell you that I was really the other day. I don't know what I was doing because I can never say that I was bored and had nothing to do because I always have too many things to do. I had a million things to do and didn't want to do them. Let's put it that way. And there was absolutely nothing to watch. And I put on a little piece about when it was Kim's birthday. And
oh my gosh,
the show suffered so much when they took control of it because, this whole
propaganda.
Listen, I have been known to brag about my kids like incessantly. I'm bad because you guys are amazing and that's just the way it is. But and then Lola, but I also say like she's a little bit of a maniac, but I love that about her.
I love that about her too. Like, she's wild. She's a wild animal.
Yeah, I love it. So, boy, she lays it on thick. You know, like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
are this, you are magic, you are whatever. You have other children that are listening to you, you know, and all this stuff. And it's like the whole thing is very contrived and ridiculous. So yeah, I don't blame you. I'm glad you're done.
I'm done. I think it's all very bizarre. I'm done. I'm really
I
done.
don't think it's good for girls.
I
I'm
don't think so
glad that
either.
Lola will never see you watching that.
No.
It's not good.
We're done. And it's like, it's one of those things that I think I used to sit and watch it. Whereas like now I think it's like, if I just am doing stuff around the house, maybe I'll just
Right.
put it on in the background. But even then I'm like,
you should do that with news better. You'll pick something up.
What's news?
News, anything. CNN, MSNBC.
E-news. Okay. Well,
no, not
I'm kidding. Entertainment Tonight. I mean, okay. Well, in the scene, this is the last time I'll be talking about Kardashians based on like on actual episodes, but there were two things that were great. One, Kris Jenner in this last episode is buying her grandkids a gift for Christmas. And you know how she does. She's very over the top. This woman goes into like this place that does custom doll houses, like gorgeous, like doll houses. And it's just kind of like the greatest scene in the world of seeing her pick all these little trinkets for inside the whatever. Oh, this has to go here. This has to go there. I just loved every second of it. If you watched Kardashians, you know what I'm talking about. It was just a great scene.
Well, I'm going to get Lola one of those when you get your multi-million-dollar house.
Yeah, you should. Well, my babysitter Gigi was like, I was at a thrift store and I saw this like gorgeous like Barbie dream house and I wanted to get it for Lola for her birthday, but I figured I should ask you first. And I was like, please don't get that. I was like, look at this face, Gigi, please.
Yeah. I need to meet her.
You will love her.
Okay.
The other thing was Kylie Jenner was talking about how she wishes she never touched anything on her body plastic surgery wise. She's like, I am annoyed. And I was like, yeah, bitch.
You know, though, I got to tell you something that I don't like about people in general. Just generally about having to do with plastic surgery and stuff like that. Whether you have it or you don't have it, people accuse you of having it if you've ever had 5 seconds of screen time. So you know that I don't do anything to my face. I've not done anything to my face. The time that I did Botox that you guys told me you look crazy, that was the time that I did it. I did therapy and I did that Morpheus and I've put that on my social media. But as far as fillers, Botox, things like that, I don't do that. Well, anytime anybody puts up a picture on me on any one of those housewives things, they go, oh, I see she has a new face. What? And it's like, oh, I get accused all the time of having a new face. It's like, it's an aging face.
Yeah, it's new because it's old.
Right. That's all it is. And it's like, it's so frustrating, you know?
Yeah.
I don't have fillers on my lips, but I'll use a thing and I overline my lip a little bit and I use lip gloss and it makes your lips look bigger. And, you know, stuff like that. And so I just figure whether you do or you don't, people are going to say whatever the fuck they want. So do whatever you want.
Amen.
Do whatever you want. Yeah.
Amen. But don't do it if you're young. Like,
and don't do it. Honestly, don't do it if you're young, but don't do it if you're old either. I do think you look better if you don't do. I believe in facelifts, and I've told you I'm gonna have one, and they will know. Our people will know. Yes. I will do the podcast with a bandage around my face.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Every time I go to see my friend Dr. Wolf, he's like, "You're not ready," and he's like, "I'm like, you're such an asshole," because I feel like
no, but you're not.
Okay, well, anyway, so
don't touch your face, people.
Yeah, unless you just really feel bad about something. I believe in nose jobs if you need one. I believe in anything that if you have Dumbo ears and you don't love them, then fine, but other people like them and then stay with them. I don't know. And then the whole Ozempic thing and people attacking Emily. Like when
Did you see her on Watch What Happens Live?
I didn't see her on Watch What Happens Live, but I watch her on the thing. And let me tell you what I feel when I see Emily. And I get when people want to say something mean, it's like I'm a little jealous when I see her, but I'm also go Emily. It's all tied together.
Go Emily.
Right, because Emily has always worked out. Emily has always whatever. And Emily was never hung up about being heavy. Did you see her in the episode where she went on a slip and slide and full?
No, I love it.
I
Well,
love that about her.
so she was on Watch What Happens Live, and they, Andy grilled her on the whole Ozempic of it all. But it was also strange because, like, this is the part that I don't like.
Yeah,
He
she
was
said she
like,
only did it a month and stuff.
but he was like, Emily, wow, I don't even know what to say. Can you stand up? And she like stood up and like turned around and like showing her body. I think that's the part that's no bueno. Like
Well,
the
let
fact
me
that
tell
we're
you
just
why.
being like, look at me. I don't know. I understand.
She's
I do get it. I just think like we should be like moving away from that. It's like, hey, you look great. And she was talking about like I'm working out 7 days a week. I'm eating super
yes.
healthy. I'm not whatever. And she's like, and yeah, I used Ozempic back in December to help kickstart, but she's like, I haven't been on it for months. I was like,
I
okay.
I I see her. She has always worked out. Her body, even when she was fat, was showed that she worked out. The woman didn't have any cellulite. She was firm as hell. She was whatever. I'm totally team Emily, and I understand. I didn't watch it, but I understand why she stood up and did all that, because the amount of
Because she
haters on
works
her,
hard.
no, yes,
Oh,
but the people are attacking her in a way that is unforgivable. Like, leave her alone. Like, let her be. Whether you used Ozempic, whether you did liposuction, whether you put a hose up your ass and
oh,
sucked everything out, whatever
wow.
you did, Beba, it's you, first of all, nothing is stopping you from doing it too. And then people go, oh, yes, because you have money or whatever. No, nowadays you can get Ozempic and it's not that expensive because there's generic forms of it. And if you really want to work out, you'll get the 2-liter bottles of Coke you drink every day and use that as hand weights and walk around your neighborhood or run around your neighborhood, and that's free. Okay. It all requires willpower, and you're willing to do it. Look, I'm not willing to do it because I'm a lazy ass. But I'm working on getting that willpower back, because I used to have it. I used to go at 5 a.m. to work out with a trainer when you guys were babies. So, but it's like, leave her alone already. So when she stands up, it's like, she's got a tough personality. She's a lawyer. She's smart. She's
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
I get what you're
it's like,
saying.
eat it, eat it. You don't
Yeah,
like it?
yeah.
Suck it
Okay,
up and
here,
deal with it.
I think the thing is that the way that it's like, the way that we like, I think we're trying to move away from like coming out. Like, I'm
I agree.
gay, I'm whatever. It's like, why do you even have to do that? Like, if
Right.
you can just
I
be.
don't come out as heterosexual.
Right. You can just be, and like it not be like this announcement. It doesn't have to, it should just be a part of our world, a part of our culture, that it's like, this is normal. It's an everyday thing. And I think we should try to move in that direction when it comes to body stuff. Like, I think it's going to take a very, very, very long time.
Right, but you
But
don't read comments, She puts a picture of herself, proud of how she looks. She has a right to
right.
feel
I
proud.
know. But
And people are like,
I'm talking about I'm
Ozempic.
talking about the comments. I'm talking about the people who need to make a comment on it. I'm talking about you too. Like, I think it's just like, Emily looks great. Wow, what a transformation. And it not be like, I don't know, it doesn't have to be a whole thing.
I didn't make a whole thing. I'm
No,
just
no,
thinking
no.
that she looks great and that she's happy and confident, and I love that, and I like her a lot. So
I like her a
it's
lot too.
when I like somebody, forget it. They can do no wrong. You know what I
Forget
mean?
about it.
Forget
Forget
about
about
it.
it. Did you, speaking of OC, did you watch this week's episode?
Yeah.
Did you see Heather in a full wetsuit going down
Yes.
the slip and slide, and then
No,
Shannon in
but
her
come on,
Spanx?
Shannon. Shannon's the best. But
I
she posted a picture yesterday with John again,
I'm
saying
so
great
curious
dinner.
what this
He doesn't want to be back with her. He just every once in a while gets interested in being a part of it. I think he misses being
about
a
the
part of it.
housewives of it all. Yeah, but
Yeah.
what is this thing that Tamara is gonna say that is going to end their relationship? Like, what in the world? She like got up fast and talked to production. Like, if this comes out, my relationship is over. Like,
Yeah, I
what?
don't know.
He cheated, maybe?
No, I don't think so. I've talked to Tamara long time ago during COVID about John and whatever, and I'm like, is he a nice guy? Because you want Shannon to be
I do.
happy,
I want
right?
Shannon
And
to be
so is he
happy.
the good guy? She's like, yeah, I mean, he's a good guy. I mean, they do fight a lot and stuff like that. I mean, she didn't say anything that she could have told me, you know, whatever. She didn't really say anything. I'm not like divulging
It's
anything
not
major
breaking
here,
news
but
here.
No, it isn't. She just said, they sometimes fight and stuff, but yeah, he seems like a nice guy and they seem
Here's
happy.
the thing.
That was years ago though.
But Shannon, like just watching this last episode where they went to like his house on the water or whatever, and Shannon just is so critical of everything and like clearly doesn't want to be there. I don't know. It seems like she's repeating the same pattern. I'm not blaming her for her divorce with David, but I do feel like she's doing the same stuff that we
I mean,
saw
she
when
wasn't
she was with him.
critical. Yeah, but she was
Just is she's miserable. You can tell that she's miserable. She's not happy. She plays victim. It's not fun Shannon that she's
my
like with
problem with
her
Shannon. My problem
friends.
with Shannon is that she's not as much of an ingenue as and I don't think she's pretending to be. I think she wants to be. She wants to click her heels and say,
Can you get
"There's no
closer to
place."
your mic?
Yeah,
If
she
this is
wants.
what it's going to be like, you can't sit on that couch
I'm
because
gonna put this
you are
behind me.
so far away from the mic always.
Sorry. Okay, how about there?
And just point the mic towards you.
Okay, it's just that the mic is holding up my computer.
Well, that's an issue. We need
know,
to find a
because-
better way.
Okay. Shannon, what was I saying about Shannon? Okay, when they were talking about Jen's relationship with
Right.
Ryan,
Yeah.
she didn't like it because she was projecting.
Of course, she's triggered by the whole thing.
And so she knows that there's something wrong in her relationship and she's trying to pretend that everything's fine. That's a very common occurrence. And so I don't know what they were going to say. I don't know.
I'm very curious. We'll find out next episode, but I'm just like, I don't know. I just see her doing the same stuff that she did with David. And I think John I think he's already out the door. You can see it. He's not into it. And I don't think she's into it. And then he was out the door either. I think she's just
no, I think she is. No. I think she's really in love with John. And she has said that over and over again. She said it on Jeff. She says it to this day. I guess
we just don't see that on camera.
She hasn't even slept with anybody but him.
I think, I don't know.
The one who doesn't have any problems finding a man until she like drains every ounce of blood out of them is Vicky.
Oh my God, I hated saying Vicky. Not hated, but I was just
I don't hate her. It's just like,
no, I don't hate her.
Have you seen him? I've been dating for a year, and it's like that's kind of like that's almost the expiration date. They have 364 5 days max, and then they're out.
Vicky's just a wild animal. Talk about a wild animal. She's crazy town. Okay,
but
well,
she's fun. She's fun to watch.
And then the other thing I wanted to say with OC was Jen going to a couples therapist with her boyfriend, and it's an intuitive healer who was singing to like.
Listen, the most disingenuous person on that show is that Ryan guy.
Oh,
that Ryan guy is not for real.
No, he's terrible.
She is really gullible. I don't know why. I feel bad for her, but at the same time, you're not an idiot. You're an adult. I don't know. I
feel bad for her.
You know what's going on there. So
yeah. So I mean, she left her family for this man.
I know, and he's scumbag. And I am telling you, I don't care what anybody says. He can find God in this season and be amazing to her, and I will never believe it. I won't believe
it either. That phone call that she had with him on FaceTime, I was like, shove it up your ass, dude. Everything was so fucking fake.
Everything is fake about him. Everything is fake about him.
I do not like it.
Yeah, and then the other thing is like Heather's really not in touch. She's too show-offy. Nobody wants to see. Look, we watch Housewives. We want to see people that live better than us and are somehow more aspirational. But aspirational isn't stuff. But sometimes it's tied to that. But like now, she just bought a $32 million house in Beverly Hills. She thinks she belongs on Real Houses of Beverly Hills. She doesn't she's so fucking uppity. She doesn't think she belongs on OC. She wants to be with a really rich, and I'm telling you, that move is coming. They brought in Taylor. They brought in Taylor, and now she's going to switch to the other side.
Which, by the way, I want to take back what I said about Taylor. I think I like Taylor. I think she's sweet.
Taylor.
She's nice. I do too. So, and I was a little aggressive last time.
Yeah.
I just want to take it back.
But she looks like shit.
I will say I also want to take back what I said about Heather, that I think that she's the best. I don't think that.
Oh
And
my
I
gosh, she's
also,
awful.
but she was like, people came at her hard last episode or this episode or like whatever, just being like, you're this, you're this, you're this. I will say she takes it in and she hears you and she like,
This year. You know why?
but sure, who cares what
No,
year? This year is the only year
Tamara's
I care
there.
about.
She's terrified of Tamara.
Okay, well, whatever.
She's
Whatever
terrified
makes
of
her so
Tamara.
that
Do
it
you
makes her a
remember
good
last year
person, great.
how she went for Shannon? And she's like, it is not a threat. It's a
Oh, I know.
promise.
That was scary.
If she had that, I mean, Tamara would have come and said, you know, what do you think?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
she's terrified of Tamara.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I can appreciate her taking in feedback and being like, I
Right.
hear you and I'm sorry. And then moving on.
Right.
I'm like, that's very rare to see in a housewife. And I'm like,
It's
that's
very rare to see in Heather, especially.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you watching New York or no?
I wasn't. And then Kathy told me, you're gonna love Jenna. You're
Yeah,
gonna be
Jenna
obsessed with
Lyons.
her.
She's great.
And whatever. And then Glenda and Alina told me it was good. And then I sucked it up and I watched 2 episodes and I love it.
Okay, great. I'm so glad
I
because I
love
do
it.
want to recap. I feel like people are watching it. It's good.
I love it. I think Andy made, I think, good move. Good move.
Great move.
Great
in
move
all of it.
in all of it. This
Yeah.
is the kind of housewife we want to watch. This is aspirational.
Round
This
of
is
applause.
real. Yes, this is real. The women have real style. They don't come out to show you like, oh, look at my boobs and look at my whatever. No, they have their own inherent style. They're all smart. They're all articulate.
This is why New York Housewives was always a great housewife, because New York in itself is just such an interesting place.
But now,
and then to cast like the elite, the people who are living this like lavish lifestyle in New York, you don't see that.
you know,
no
with
one ever
family and
sees that.
kids and little kids. And so, look, no offense to the older ladies, they had a good run. They gave us a lot of laughs
for many years.
I'm tired of them. I'm tired of them. And
this is great.
I didn't want to see this because I said, but without Sonia, without this one, without that one, it's like, I'm so glad they're gone.
Oh wow. Okay, so who are you liking? Who's your number one? Don't
Jenna.
give me a list.
Okay. Jenna's my number one. Okay. And then the other one I really like so far is the one who I forgot got her name. The one Erin.
Erin is my favorite.
I like her a lot. I also think Brynn is fun. She's kind of crazy.
No, they all are great. They all have their own thing. They all foil each other.
But no, Jenna's like,
yeah, she's great. This last episode, for just 2 things. First, I could not believe how rude everybody was to Erin, who's hosting them in her house.
Knowing about the outfit things that Jenna brought.
No, everybody is so rude, which is why I'm like, episode 2, I was like, okay, I'm fully in, because these women are unhinged in the way that you want housewives to be, in the way that they don't care about your feelings.
No,
they have their own agenda. They're doing their own thing.
They went to Housewife University, you know,
so much, even though you did this beautiful caviar spread, which you should have had more food. I'm sorry. Caviar.
I would have been so thrilled with that.
Yeah,
there's so many little things on the side.
Like, you do a little bit more.
Fucking have a power bar, bitch. You know, don't pretend you eat that much. Look, I thought it was great. I thought the whole thing is great, but I do think these women went to Housewife University and got out of it the right things, because some of them come so prepared. They've been watching Housewives for so long, so they now think that they know what's expected of them, but they're mimicking, you know, Melissa, Teresa, LVP, whatever. And it's like, we went to Housewife University, we took in what you need for a good production, but we're making it our own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It feels like that. It feels like they're doing that.
They are hitting the nail on the head, and it doesn't look, feel, or sound like we've seen this before.
Right.
It feels fresh and new. I love it.
I'm so happy, especially because Atlanta right now is so not
I don't watch
good.
Atlanta. Yeah.
I still watch it, but it's not even worth talking about. It's just kind of like fallen off. And I'm just happy to have something on a Sunday that I'm like, I can look forward to. OC is doing great too. So I'm like, it's just
I like to see new people, new, you know, like I'm tired of the whole thing because their behavior becomes so predictable.
Right.
You know, what's going to happen in the next season of whatever, you know, well, we know that let's say Miami. I love Miami. I think they'll probably have a good season. There's a lot going on with some of the ladies, but some of the ladies, it's like, oh, Marisol's going to be drunk. Alexia's going to deny responsibility. The other one's going to, you know, what's her name? Lars is going to act uninterested and dull, and whatever. It's just
Yeah.
so
Everyone's
predictable. You know,
yeah.
I want to see new stuff. I think we will see new stuff in Miami, but some of the people are same old, same old, same old. And
Yeah. So it's nice
this
to
is
have
really fresh.
people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say from this last episode, Jessel, the girl who
Yeah.
hasn't had sex with her husband in a year.
2 years.
Oh, I thought she said a year.
She said a year, and then it ended up being 2 years. 2 years.
I didn't love this conversation. And I think we've talked about this because I think sex, when it comes to like married couples, when people like talk about, oh yeah, I have sex like 3 or 4 times a week, blah, 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 all this stuff. People who are saying her opening up and being like, yeah, I haven't had sex since I've had my babies. And everyone's like, what? And then they were shaming her. And I felt
they were
like
shaming her. Yeah.
it wasn't even like, oh, you should do this or let me help you. It was just like, girl,
but she's also really insecure.
Husband.
She's really insecure about herself when she was ranting and raving and she put on that green outfit.
I know.
First of all, that wasn't ugly. It didn't look good on her.
It didn't flatter her.
Right. But she went on and on and on because she clearly has issues with herself. That was very obvious to me. And I feel for her.
I feel for her too.
Who hasn't been in that situation?
And it made me sad that they were just like acting like, oh, that's so crazy and all this stuff.
Go home right now and have sex with your husband.
Yeah, like you go home right. When was the last time you had sex with your husband?
Yeah, exactly.
I bet it was a while ago.
Like, right.
Or even if it wasn't, it's not like you're writing him every fucking night. It was just like, I thought it was so wrong, even though I don't like love Jessel. And I think it's because of the insecurity thing. I'm like, it's hard for me to watch people like that on TV because I feel for them. And it's just a little too.
When Gatti said, I think you'll be upset with just whatever. And I wasn't sure if it was Jessel or whatever. I had to go back to the text message because I would never be obsessed with Jessel, you know?
No, yeah, she's, but I do think I have so much hope for her. I think next season she's going to watch herself this season. And I think next season is going to be like,
oh, the second season housewife is always the best housewife.
I know, but I think,
either they implode or they become great.
I think specifically for her, it's going to be a big leap. And I also do have a prediction that she will leave her husband or vice versa. Like he will leave her.
I do too, because
the way that they
came not a romantic
together,
relationship.
No. And the way that she talked about, she's like, if you lived with a guy who was your best friend and you never once thought about them sexually until he made a move, guess what? That's not your soulmate.
Not only that, the fact that in her culture, not having children is considered a failure. She had to have children. And then she also said, you know, I got to know him, I fixed him, and then I married him.
No,
you know, you can't
I don't like
anybody.
That. You can't. And like, I know people say that and it's like, ha, ha, ha. No. And what made me really sad was the fact that she did IVF and she has not told her family that because she thought that it would make her look like
weak.
Oh, that broke my heart. I feel so much for Jessel and I really want her to like shine. And I do think
that marriage is going to be over now. Isn't there like some preview that he was going somewhere for a while?
I don't know.
Somebody said they were going to Tennessee. I don't remember.
I think Jessel will shine if she gets a divorce.
I
think that actually is going to help her.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
So hoping for a divorce.
Here we are.
No, I'm just kidding.
Hoping for a divorce.
I'm not hoping for a divorce because she has little kids and stuff, but I just think she can do better.
Yeah, but I'm glad I watched it. I'm into it. I'm excited about getting into a new show. And I was like, I don't need to watch another show. But
here you are.
Here I am. I loved it. Every time oh my God, I love everything about it. By the way, Gatti will know this. You won't. What was the restaurant that they were too embarrassed to? Oh.
Catch. I don't know why.
I don't know why either. Catch is consistently good. That's like saying I won't go to Baltazar.
Model.
I always go to Baltazar. I never miss going to Baltazar when I'm in New York if I can. It's one of my favorites.
You just go. You go.
You just go, and I always have a great meal there.
There's always spot. Like if you visit New York, everybody has like their spots. Gatti has the sock man that she has to go to in the East Village. She has to go get socks. I have Veselka.
What?
Veselka, the breakfast spot.
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite place for a pancake.
And I love having breakfast. Also, I love Mercer, Mercer Kitchen. Not the Mercer Kitchen, the Mercer little area by
downstairs.
the library. That I love having breakfast there with my New
Yeah,
York
everyone
Times
has their
and
things.
whatever. Yeah.
And if catch is your thing, catch is your thing. You don't have to be a
Oh, I
D-list
couldn't tell what
model.
hotel because it's not 2006. It's like, but it's also fun
These are,
that they do that.
yes, well, because they're
Yeah.
New Yorkers and it's
Yeah.
like they know like the hot spots and
Right.
this and that. And I'm like,
Right.
I want to know what the like what's the
Listen,
shitty
I know
thing
all the hot spots. I have
anymore.
a list on my phone because I, obviously I'll read New York Magazine. I get the time and I follow all the critics and stuff and I write them. And yet I go to New York and I go to my
Yeah, and then you know right. You just go to your place
because I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Should we do a quiz or
I have a quiz for you?
Let's do a
and
quiz.
I have a Spanish thing. It's a very simple quiz.
Okay. Well,
name any book written
book.
by well, I think you're a reader.
I am a
John
reader.
Williams is a big reader.
But I'm a
I know
reader.
You're a pop reader. But still, you have to know something about literature.
This is a book I read, The Paper Palace, if you haven't read it. It's phenomenal. One of my favorite books I've read last year.
Okay, good. Name any book written by Ernest Hemingway.
The Old Man and the Sea.
Wow, that's such an obvious choice. Do you have a second one?
The Old Man and the Sea 2, which people don't know about.
All right, who wrote Catcher in the Rye? Oh my God, is my phone?
Catcher in the Rye. Something with an R, right? Catcher in the Rye? I don't know.
You're gonna have to look it up. So
give me the first name. J. Ellis Ross. I don't know.
No, Beba, you have to know this.
No, I don't.
No,
and you know why?
Come on.
And this is going to send everyone into a tizzy. I've never read Catcher in the Rye.
You don't have to read it to know.
I said it. I don't have to read it to know the author. I think I do, honey.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Why is this person texting me incessantly? Okay. What do you call it? Okay, so I want you to tell me.
Is this a Spanish thing?
Huh?
Is this a Spanish one?
Spanish thing.
Okay.
You really
I think I'm getting better. I really do.
Okay, let me just give you a few, of Ernest Hemingway's, Farewell to Arms, The Movable Feast, The Sun Also Rises.
Of course, I know all these.
Catcher in the Rye.
Catcher in the Rye.
J.D. Salinger. Okay. Tell us in Spanish how this podcast is going to make you, it's just going to get better and better, and it's going to make you rich. And you're
because you keep telling people that I'm poor.
I don't think you're not poor. Really, you can make good money for your age. You guys, it's just very expensive to live there.
When we work, we make good money. Listen to me.
A lot of money.
If we lived in Kansas City, I'd be running the town. Okay,
you would.
I'd be running the town. I just don't work 52 weeks out of the year. I just don't. Okay. What am I telling you? Oh, about the podcast. Como yo voy a ser un millonario.
Millonaria.
Millonaria.
Two L's together. That's ella. Like ella. Ella. It's 2 L's.
Okay.
It's an extra.
Mira. Número uno. How do you say podcast? ¿Cómo se dice podcast? Podcast.
I don't know.
Okay.
Podcast.
Mira, este podcast va a ser tan
popular.
¿Cómo se dice successful?
Va a tener mucho éxito.
¿Éxito?
Ya.
Un momento, yo tengo a alguien en la puerta. Thank you. You too. Era un package. Ok. Mira, este podcast va a ser muy exitoso.
Va a ser muy exitoso o
muy
va a tener mucho
exitoso.
éxito. Right.
Porque mi mamá y yo tenemos un
Buena
This one's
química.
hard. This one's hard.
I know.
I'm having a tough time.
Yeah, I could tell. But
Okay, let me
the-
start from the top.
okay.
Okay, let me think about what I'm going to say. Yo quiero dinero. Y yo no quiero trabajar mucho, ¿ok? Yo quiero dinero y yo quiero hacerlo hablando con mi mamá. Punto.